Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Beautiful Thursday, baby. The 7th day of November. Fall is officially fully on my mind. Thanksgiving, turkeys, gravy, sweet potato pies. But anyway, college basketball really starting to set in that it's back. Last night, some great action across the league. John Calipari getting his first win with a shaky offensive group from Arkansas. When they turn it on, they're amazing. When they turn it off, yikes. What else happened last night? UConn. Not only do they start off 1-0 on their quest to three-peat, good teams win. Great teams cover. UConn was great last night. Auburn with a 50-plus point win. And speaking of 50 points, Ryan Kalkbrenner, Creighton, big man. He drops 49 points and 11 rebounds in 36 minutes against UTRGV. And unfortunately, the 31-point favorite Creighton Blue Jay Hawks, whatever the hell their name is, only win by 13. These jokes write themselves, people. Who the hell is UTRGV? But anyway, any day, anyhow. Small slate of college hoops tonight. But there is a big AFC North matchup on the gridiron. Cincinnati Bengals, baby. Joe Burrow and company goes to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. We saw the classic overtime game earlier in the year where the Bengals had the game in their pocket. And they said, you know what, Ravens, we'll give you this one. But let's break down all these games. My man from the JC Pod, Jaden Chandler Parnell. My guy. You ready for some college football and some NFL action this weekend?
It's heating up. It's that time of year now. We're over the halfway point. The weather's getting cold, so we got some bangers incoming. It's gonna be great. Can't wait.
One of the best times of year, man. College football is like as serious as it can get, like as heightened as it can get. Every team is on a make or break mission. You got college
And
basketball to watch. And then the NFL. I mean, I know it sounds crazy to say, but playoffs are like what? 7, 8, 9 weeks away?
yeah, people are gonna be. I mean, the Chiefs are probably gonna clinch within the next like 3 to 4 weeks. If we're being
That's
honest at
crazy.
this rate, it's just
That's
honestly
crazy.
really crazy. And we got some games that like are playoff games in college because there's some teams that are fighting for their playoff minds. If you don't mind me going in real quick, there's a few games I just want to highlight real quick before I get into stuff I actually want to talk about. There's like 3 or 4 games that are going to be really important. Georgia, Ole Miss. That's going to be an important game because if Ole Miss loses, their playoff hopes are probably dead. And if Georgia loses, a 2-loss Georgia is going to be at best a low seed. If not, they might miss out. Another game that really matters for the playoff. Iowa State -2.5. That just feels fishy over Kansas in an empty Kansas City Chiefs Stadium because Kansas is renovating their stadium and they suck this year, so nobody's going out to their games. In the Big 12, it's variance there, so -2.5 feels weird in that game, but that's an important game for Iowa State coming off a huge loss. Alabama, LSU. Loser leaves town, not going to the playoffs. Important game. Very, very, very important game there. BYU, Utah. Another important game where BYU is only favored by -3.5. That feels fishy. If Utah gets a win there, that's going to mess up the Big 12, and that's going to send it in a whole wild tailspin. That's just some of the important games I want to talk about.
Real quick, scale of 1 to 10, you can be as quick as possible. Do you
Go ahead.
believe in Utah? 1 being hell no, or 10 being hell yeah.
I hate to say it, but I'm actually kind of at like a 6, maybe, because they're home, and usually Utah doesn't lose at home, quote unquote. But I don't know, man. That's a tough one because they've been bad this year. They've lost at home a lot this year, so it's like I
They're
don't know.
like, yeah, they're like on that list of teams for me that I'm sick of hearing about. Like, get the
Yeah,
fucking Utah Utes football program and Cam Rising the hell out of my damn face.
and you know what? Cam Rising still isn't even playing anymore because
I know.
he was hurt. They put him back in hurt, and now he's going to come back for his 9th or 10th year. It's tough. I honestly think BYU can win that game. Truly, it's just I wanted to bring it up because it's like that feels a little bit fishy.
Yeah, I saw a few lines in college that I just didn't quite get. Before you dive into your slate, and I know I'm probably about to steal 1 or 2 of your bets, but I'm
Got
gonna
8 of
be
them for you.
I'm gonna be on Army -5.5, Georgia Ole Miss over, and Vandy plus the 3.5. The
I don't
Army is
mind the
strictly
over.
because you talk about it all the time, just to
Yeah, and
shut you
Bryson
up.
Daly. I would say, hey, bring it up. Bryson Daly should be coming back. I actually do like Army -5.5, especially if he is coming back. I can read you the exact thing. I'll pull it up here in a second. What was the other game you said? You said the over. I don't mind that at all, but I'm worried about Georgia scoring, but I'm assuming they should be fine. Carson Beck has just been beyond weird this year. I don't
Oh
know
yeah,
what
he's
his
been
deal is.
Heisman, nothing. Heisman,
Yeah,
nothing.
he's being very erratic this year, and that's
Yeah.
not the best sign.
It does scare me
But
because both of these teams. I mean, I saw Ole Miss put up what 17 points against fucking Kentucky.
yeah, that's the only thing that does scare me. But there's a chance that I do think this is going to be. I think an over could happen. I'm not mad at it.
I feel
I
like the
leaned under at first, and I
competitiveness is
thought
going
about
to
it
be
more.
like, I don't know. I think it's going to be an
Yeah,
offensive shootout instead of a defensive struggle.
and like I said, Ole Miss is fighting for the playoff life, so they are probably not going to be afraid to empty the chamber against Georgia. I would say. By the way, Army Bryson Daly likely to play Saturday as reports as of right now reported yesterday. So I like the 5.5 even more. Probably going to jump in that before it moves.
If he doesn't play, you don't like it?
I don't mind if he doesn't play, but the offense is completely different when he doesn't. I mean, watching him against Air Force was like, oh wow. I mean, because the other quarterback's not horrible, but it's like there's a difference between a guy who's like 180 pounds and like I think he was like 6 foot, and then a 6'2", 225-pound quarterback who can run, especially when it's like a motion option, all that type of offense. I mean, with there's a lot of ball handling, you'd rather have a guy in there who's in there all the time, and like I said, a guy who's 225, strapping young lad who's gonna represent
Yeah.
the troop well. Shout out my boy, man. Honestly, I love Bryson Daly. He's been awesome this year to watch. But yeah, basically got 7:40 game tonight. East Carolina -7.5. Just to quickly touch on what we said a few weeks ago. New coach, cupcake schedule they're on now, so they should probably beat Florida Atlantic pretty bad. Vanderbilt plus 3.5. I'm on that with you as well. I just like the fact that it's the hook, and Vanderbilt's at home. And Diego Pavio's healthy and they're good enough to play. I like Vandy to cover and at least win. I mean,
I wish I had the balls to take the money line. Even last week, I wish I had the balls to take the money line.
do
Took
it.
the +7.
Sprinkle a little bit. A
Nah,
little bit of a.
I
No,
got the
honestly, I am a bit
+7.5.
nervous. It comes down to Lenore Sellers. If Lenore Sellers plays like he did last week, I mean, Vanderbilt will have a tough time, but I mean, that's the nice part about South Carolina is they have a quarterback with a lot of variance. So it's like, hey, I'll take Vanderbilt plus 3.5. Do we even need to talk about Indiana -13.5?
You
I
betting?
think
I'm
that
not
speaks for
betting.
itself this season. You aren't?
I bet
Why
on the
not?
last 5 weeks. I'm 5-0. It's all been around 6.5, 7.5. That 13.5 is just like brand new territory. And they made me nervous
I do
last week,
agree.
even though they like flat out blew them out second half. I forget who
I
it
do
was,
agree.
but
Uh, damn, who was it? Michigan State.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Michigan. I don't know what they're going to get from their offense, and Indiana's on. They're on a mission this year.
They're
They
on fire.
basically can't lose a game. If they lose 2 games, they're not making the playoffs. 100%, they're not going to make the playoffs. And I bet you Kurt Cignetti's riding their ass about that. And they got Michigan, Ohio State, 2 biggest games left remaining this year. I like Indiana to cover because, like I said, they've covered this number all year so far in basically almost every single game. The minimum they've won a game by is 14 this year. So it's like, hey, still a perfect number for me, but I understand not taking it because yeah, it's not the 6, 7 where it's like, oh, that is like safe. This is the first number all year where it's like, all right, the boys are actually gonna have to come out and play and like play well, but they've been liking to run it up as well. Oregon -24.5 against Maryland. All right, moving on. I think that speaks for itself with how good Oregon's been playing lately, and their schedule is pretty light the rest of the way. So they're pretty much they don't cover. It's because they're kind of packing it in for the Big Ten championship 3 weeks early. Boise State minus 24.5 against Nevada. Another one where it's like their goal is to make the college football playoffs. I just think they're gonna not want to leave any questions in any of these games anymore. I think they're going on to get as safe as they can in, especially if they win the Mountain West and they went looking really good. I doubt it happens, but there's a chance maybe they put them at the 4 seed if the Big 12 has like 2 losses or something. There's a chance. I'm not saying it's going to happen because it probably won't, but something to think about. So, boys, there's no reason they should mess around. I like to win this game by like about 30. I think Genty's going to go off a little bit. Connecticut minus 6.5 against UAB. UAB's on quit watch. They did win last week, but they won against a team that was also a dead man walking. Any team that's been competent, UAB's played. They've just gotten their brains mushed in. So I like Connecticut 6.5, who's been playing pretty well this season. And the last one,
Connecticut had a football team.
Hey, they're bowl eligible, boy. They've won. They're 6-2 this season. The boys balling out there in Connecticut.
That's why I thought all Big East schools was just basketball.
They have some football teams. They've just spread out among conference. I think UConn's independent.
Yeah.
Sadly. But yeah, this one's a shout out to you, Colorado. Colorado minus 3.5. I'm not gonna let it go as long as you. That's your thing. Colorado minus 3.5. They're gonna be favored in every one of their games this season. And like Deion Sanders said, we coming. No, they have to win. They basically have to win. Pause. They have to win basically every. They have to win every game by a good amount coming the rest of the way because, I mean, if they want to make the college football playoffs, like they need to win and they need to make the Big 12 championship game, which they need to win every game. This is gonna be a fun game regardless. I love that it's at 4 because man, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's tough to stay up for those 10 o'clock games. It's tough on the East Coast. Especially when you wake up early. I'm done by like 10.
Nah, from about 21 to 30, I lived on the West Coast. These last 3 years being back just even Central Time, I fucking hate it. I'm used to games like starting at 9 a.m. and ending at 10:30. Now it's like, it started at 11. Okay. Shit.
Oh fuck! All right.
So
Are you ready?
Until 1:30. All right.
Damn. No, that's the one thing that some of these NFL games, man, it's been, especially when they're boring, and I'll admit, it's like, oh man, this is tough to stay awake to. End up just catching myself.
Touchdowns. Yeah.
What the hell happened? Dude, literally, and then it happens where it's the Steelers. I forget who the Steelers are playing. Steelers, somebody else, where you're just sitting there watching. All of a sudden, it's Giants. You wake up, and all of a sudden, there's 31 seconds after the fourth quarter. You're like, wait, they were just going in the half. What the hell just happened? And then you watch the interceptions, like, just go right back to. Yeah, so those games are tough. I'm glad we got one tonight, though. It'll keep us awake.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about this one, man.
Can't wait. This is gonna be a fun one.
College before we get to the big dogs.
Not really. There's a lot of fun games. Obviously, Jacksonville State boys plays. I'm excited about that. There's gonna be a lot of fun games to watch for this weekend. One last one. If Iowa has Brendan Sullivan playing, love it. I'm assuming he's not because they love Cade McNamara just stinking up the joint. So I'm probably gonna stay away from it. But it's gonna be a fun weekend. It's do or die for a lot of these teams. That's why there's gonna be fun action all across the board.
Yeah, no, definitely. You can feel the desperation. You can feel it in the air.
I mean, shit. We talked about Alabama, LSU. Your boys need to win that game if they want to make the CFP.
Man, if I never guaranteed nothing, I guarantee this: Brian Kelly will let you down.
Give it minus 2.5.
Brian Kelly will let you down.
He likes to do it a lot. I don't get it.
I'm gonna tell you one of the most embarrassing things that happened to LSU. They lost to USC week 1, and then USC turned into the asses dog wiping tube socks team I ever seen. And I'm just looking at the motherfuckers like, bruh, you had all summer, bro. You wasn't ready.
That's Brian Kelly for you. He doesn't win the openers.
I don't know why they
doesn't have the boys ready to play.
Oh, Nick Saban should have never left. I'll go to my grave saying that shit, bro.
What could have been?
Bro, this man gonna win a championship, go coach Miami for a year and a half, and then go have the greatest college football run ever with Alabama, just whooping our ass every year. I'm like, bro, you could have came back home, big dog.
Please.
But anyway, before we get into these games for the NFL, it don't have to be that long. is there anything future wise, like anything, win totals, conference winners, playoffs, to make playoffs, miss playoffs, to win the conference, to win the Super Bowl? Is there
I
anything
like it.
NFL wise that's on the tip of your nose?
As disgusting as this is, and you're probably gonna hate me for it. We're gonna talk about some ones I already placed that Vikings I think can make the playoffs for plus. Oh no, it was missed the playoff. I was thinking of. Never mind. That was plus money at one point that I said might be. I gave out them or Saints, and I'm like, I think I'm leaning Saints, and that one turned out to be kind of nice, but ended up not placing it. Sadly, that kind of sucked because yeah, your team just decided, we're gonna lose 7 straight and get our coach fired. Which, hey, shout out to them. Uh, I like the Jets kind of at plus 370 to potentially make the playoffs. That's one I'm looking at because like they truly can go on a run here, but if they lose to the Cardinals, this one's dead in the water. I don't like it at all, but this one, it's like after they won last week, it's like, you know what? God damn it, I'm back in.
I know. I
They
hate the
got me
Jets this
roped
year.
back in. No,
Hate the
I
Jets
don't
this
know.
year, man. Because I've been trying. And then now you got
Yeah,
a
it's
minus what, 104 on the money line?
yeah, and they were plus money to start the week. Cardinals opened up as the favorites. If you remember, we had a little I don't remember the little record breaker thing we talked about with Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I
Uh
do.
so that's remember that was plus 2,500. That's down to plus 1,400 now. So that's
Nah,
a
I
little
mean,
bit nice. That
already at 1,000 yards, bro. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life. I'm probably have, but
dude, he's balling. He's on. I forget who did it. Whoever had the record breaker. It is probably the one who did it as well. They also have Derrick Henry score a touchdown, rushing and receiving in all 17 games, a plus 1,400. I'm about to be sprinkling that. I just want to let you know now. I didn't see that was a thing to right now. There's a good chance I'm probably gonna place a bet on that as well because I mean, let's be honest. Harbaugh lied to us. He came out and said we're not giving Derrick Henry 25 carries. We're not doing all that. And then what is he doing? It's Tennessee Titans Derrick Henry all over again. So that
nah, he
got us good. He
realized,
got us
bro.
good there.
What was that? Week 1, they lost. His dumbass gave
Like,
Derrick Henry
yeah,
like
one,
11
two, three,
carries,
one of those two. Yeah.
and he said, "You know what?
He's like, hey,
Fuck what I said to the media.
you know what? You're
Lamar
right.
Jackson can't get it done by himself."
If you want a fun one that probably will never happen, but it's a nice sprinkle because you can put $5 on it and win 1,000. TJ Watt's win the MVP because of how good of a great of a defensive season he's having. Like I said, the defensive players never win this award for whatever reason, but it's not. It's like I said, it's a $5 sprinkle to win 1,000. That's the only reason I'm bringing it up because that might potentially be worth it. What are the Panthers under at?
Man,
That's
I
one
think I heard it was at like 4.5. I'll grab it right now.
I don't
For
see it
for some
on.
reason,
I don't see it.
Carolina Panthers aren't with the C's. They don't even have it
It's
posted.
locked. They have it locked. I was about to say whatever. If it's still under around like the 5, 6.5 point, I love that. I don't think they're going to win more than 4 games this year. Still, I mean, they got that win against the Saints sucks because like they stole one from us pretty much.
All right.
I'm not trying to rub it in. Like honestly, that I'm pissed off with you.
That's cool.
Like they pretty much stole one from us there, so that kind of sucked. But I still kind of lean there. The Titans under 4.5 wins is another one where it's like kind of like that.
Yeah,
We gave out
they selling.
horrible. But past that, I really don't have too much great. I have Brian Branch to win Defensive Player of the Year. That's another one. So him getting ejected last week kind of pissed me off. That sucked a little bit. I will quickly go over season awards just briefly. Jared Goff plus 800 MVP. If the Lions keep doing what they're doing, usually it might go to a quarterback. Not a bad one at all.
I like that,
Offensive
especially
player of
at
the
8 to 1.
exactly. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that, and the more I'm thinking about it, it's been like they actually have a really good point. Looking at some of his numbers, I mean, he's been really, really good in the offense and beyond efficient. Offensive player of the year. I mean, Derek. Also, if you really want to, Derrick Henry at plus 4,500. I mean, if we're talking about the numbers he's putting up, I mean, he's going to potentially be in the conversation at least. So for like what 45 to 1, that might not be another one to bad sprinkle on. Because maybe at worst you get a cash out option later in the season. That's not too
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, offensive player of the year. I did have Jaden Daniels for this one. I didn't think it was too bad, but I think it's going to end up going to one of the running backs since they aren't going to get MVP.
Oh,
Coach of the year.
yeah.
I got 3 for you. 4 for you. Dan Quinn plus 200. I think he's right now the odds-on favorite for a reason. He's been really awesome. John Payton plus 750 with what's going on in Denver. Dan Campbell plus 750, obviously what's going on with them, but usually they don't give it to coaches who are 1 seeds for whatever reason. And then Kevin
Dan
O'Connell
Campbell
plus
gonna have to
900.
go like he'll have to go like 16-1 in my opinion to win this award.
What's crazy is they
Just because
might.
they were so good
There's
last year.
might.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I
But yeah,
said
it's
it on
one of
my
those
show
things. I
earlier this
agree.
week. All season I've been trying to say Detroit Lions are frauds, and it's finally to the point where they're either 1 or 2 in the
Good.
league right now with the Chiefs.
Which is crazy. Yeah, they just might make the Super Bowl. I think. And then we got Kevin O'Connell plus 900 just because what he's done with Sam Darnold. Those are the 4 I'm looking at right now. But yeah, I don't think Dan Campbell, Andy Reid, Mike Tomlin. I think all those 3 deserve it. Probably won't get it. It's probably gonna go to either Dan Quinn, Sean Payton, Kevin O'Connell would be my guess. Comeback player of the year.
That's the fun one.
Kirk Cousins being the favorite.
This one.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins being the favorite sucks because it's like, man, I kind of really like that. I like that how he's been playing. I liked everything about. I liked him when he was plus money, but I just didn't never take in. Now he's minus, which sucks.
Burrow is blowing him out of the water stat wise.
I was about to say, there's 2 other guys I'm kind of interested in. They're both quarterbacks. Joe Burrow plus 470. He's having an amazing season as well, coming off 5 touchdowns. If the Bengals get back going and get right, there's a really good chance that he's going to be in the conversation as well. So I'd probably get it now while you can, especially if he has a big game tonight. The numbers for sure going to move. And then, God damn it, I hate to say this, but if they just make the playoffs and he starts putting up some numbers, Aaron Rodgers at plus 1100 might not be horrible. Like I said, I'm not going to go too deep into it because we don't need to talk about it too much. But just for numbers play, tempting, especially with the way he looked Monday night. I mean, or Thursday night, he had a nice little scramble as well, looking young again. I mean, but yeah, like I said, Kirk Cousins and Joe Burrow are probably the 2 I'm looking through.
Now I love the Burrow arrow angle because they win tonight. I think that narrative is going to start picking up some steam. I heard it a little bit last week and this week, and like you said, plus 400, damn near 5-1.
You know what they're going to say too?
Around 10-6.
Zach Taylor stinks. He's holding him back. That's what it's going to turn into as well. It's going to go the other way. They're already turning on Zach Taylor. I've seen Bengals X. They hate that guy.
They've hated Zach Taylor since the playoff run.
Since the King and the Duck, as you say.
Yeah, since the King and the Duck. I know you don't even.
They liked him for that Super Bowl game, and the second they lost, it's like we were right. This guy fucking stinks.
Yeah. Now they hated him all year. Go on a run, love him, lose, hate him again, and then like the last 3-4 seasons, I really do feel like the franchise ruined their chance by keeping him. I feel like if they could have got a fresh face like right after that Super Bowl run, as crazy as it sounds, who knows, bro?
You know what would be great for that team? Mike Vrabel.
I can't believe that kid is not. I can't believe that kid don't have a job, and I also can't believe that when I look at the odds for the Saints, he's like 6th or 7th on the effing list, and some kid named Joe Brady is the favorite. If we get a kid named Joe Brady, who I've never heard of, as the Saints head coach, bro. And I'm gonna say this: Sunday against the Carolina Panthers was the first Saints game since 1991. I did not cut on. I did not check the score. I did not listen to the radio. I ignored that shit. And you
know who Joe Brady is?
Brady?
Bills OC.
I don't give a damn. Bills trash too. Real quick, comeback player of the year. J.K. Dobbins, I feel like is the traditional pick for this.
Yes.
And I wonder why he's not. I mean, I guess he's the 3rd favorite at 8-1, but nobody's really talking about J.K. Dobbins. The Chargers are having a hell of a year.
He's had 2 or 3 quiet games. I think that's the biggest reason. He had like 2 or 3. He had like one game where he had like 13, 14 carries for like 40 yards, and another game where he didn't do too much. So I think that's what's really hurting him. And it's just the fact like Kirk Cousins has just look better and better and better every week. That's kind of hurt as well, I think.
Hell yeah. Last question. Defensive player of the year. I'm very interested in this because I have a man crush on Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah.
Also, Saints. Just let this guy walk. Well, we don't want to pay him. But Trey Hendrickson, 11-1. It's been an absolute monster. I think he's leading the lead in
sacks right
now. Is there any way that I can get home, or is the narrative around TJ Watt the last 5 years going to be too strong to uphold?
The TJ Watt one's obviously gonna be tough. I mean, numbers don't lie. Like there will be everyone who tells you that. I mean, if Trey Hendrickson gets like how many sacks do you have? Like 9, 10, 11?
I don't remember the number. I just remember he was first.
Yeah, if he keeps doing that, I mean, that's only going to propel him even more. I mean, I truly believe it's between TJ Watt, Chris Jones, Chris Anderson, and then Will Anderson as well, who's also having an amazing season. Sexy Dexy probably should be in there as well, mentioned at plus 1,800. But
Yeah, I
between
feel
those
like
guys, like they are all having great seasons, and it could be truly any one of them at this point, I believe. But yeah, TJ Watt is by far the leading favorite because of the.
and I don't get it because TJ Watt's not even in the top 5 in sacks. You got Trey Henderson at 11 sacks. Your boy Sexy Dexy Lawrence at 9 sacks. Some kid named Will McDonald the fourth. He has 8 sacks. And then
See, this is where
you got a kid named Aiden Hutchinson who's been out for 3 weeks. I don't even see TJ Watt.
it's just because of the impact,
TJ Watt,
which sucks.
six sacks.
It's like a number thing. It's weird with the defensive player of the year because sometimes it's a number thing, sometimes it's not. Like right now, this year, right now, it's not a number thing with TJ Watt because he's affecting the game like everywhere. He has forced fumbles, all that stuff. Like he's destroying games and completely wrecking games. Yeah, and then there's other guys who are getting high with the sack number. It's really weird how they do the defensive player of the year some numbers. Like
I think
they've
it's
screwed TJ Watt years after years after years when he's had the most sacks. Now he doesn't have the most sacks. So like that's our guy. That's the one part I don't get. Sometimes it feels like it's wishy washy with what stat matters the most for defensive player of the year.
No, I definitely think it's a like reputation award more than a stats award. But then they'll use, like you said, they'll use stats against TJ Watt to give it to somebody else.
Yeah, it's confusing. That part of it's confusing, I'll admit. These last few years with the TJ Watt, because I thought he should have won it 1 or 2 times when he hasn't. And yeah, this year I could agree with you. I thought Trey Anderson 11-1 is crazy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I feel like these numbers should be a little closer. Like even if it's Chris Jones +4, Trey Henderson +450, TJ Watt even, but I don't know. I might have to touch that 11-1 because
crazy.
I've seen this award just not given to the favorite too many times.
Yeah.
It's also one of those awards where I feel like you got to be like, it's like the NBA, bro. If
Also,
you get close
and it's
3
like
years in a row, you just get it.
Hey, what happens with injury? Aiden Hutchinson, he was probably the leading favorite until he got hurt, and then it changes everything. TJ Watt gets hurt for 2 or 3 games. That completely changes the whole.
I know, and I hate to say
it as well.
That kid's fragile.
He does miss a game or two usually, at some point.
Man, we're gonna have to do some rapid fire.
Oh, it's okay. I have some games I'm gonna skip because there's some games that just absolutely fucking stink this weekend. Let's be honest.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I think the opposite. I do think there's some games that stink, but this is the first weekend in probably a month that I have more than 1 or 2 bets I like. I got about 6 games I like, starting with tonight. Bengals, Ravens, Thursday. I was about to say Monday. Thursday night football, plus 6.5. Bengals on the road. Heavy cup of juice there. Ravens actually plus money on the spread right now, -6.5. Some crackhead things going on there. Total set at 52.5. I'm Bengals or nothing. I'm bullish on the Bengals. I'm probably gonna be on the money line and the 6.5 on the Bengals. I also teased the Bengals to 12.5. I'm doing a lot with this Bengals game.
Yeah. No, if I'm gonna take anything, I am on the Bengals plus 6.5 as well. I'm just gonna tease it with I'm gonna find 2 other games I really enjoy, and I'm gonna tease it and just make a quick 3-legger. That's gonna be most of my investment into this game when it comes to spread, just because I think 6.5 should hit. It just feels weird. I don't know. So I'm just gonna kind of watch it with the side eye. Obviously, 2 guys I like to score is Derrick Henry, Jamar Chase. Favorite also bet I like is both QBs have over 1.5 passing touchdowns because they're both at pretty decent odds for what it is. And I know it's a Thursday night game, but both these teams have sneaky bad pass defenses.
No, I think this score is going to get. I mean, we saw what 30,
38-41.
Yeah, I think we get another one just like it. Burrow's been throwing 5 touchdowns like it's his birthright, and Lamar Jackson has had a few of those games as well. I think
like some Jamar Chase stuff as well, by the way. In this game.
No, I think he goes crazy. And if you want to get crazy, which I know you do, Jamar Chase, anytime touchdown, Bengals money line. Plus 390. I thought it was going to be better than that, but I'd rather just take the plus 225 on the damn money line. But I thought it was going to be like plus 600-700. But yeah.
All right.
Nah, both on the Bengals, man. What can go wrong?
Now, if you want one for that might be a little bit bigger odds. I'll give you one real quick before we move on. Chase Brown.
Nah, he's
plus 70. I thought he was be higher too. Fuck, never mind. All right.
Yeah, I don't know if
never mind.
Yeah.
Giants, Panthers.
Yeah, I was getting those things at way better prices earlier in the year.
I will admit, I think they're just starting to tank a lot of the odds on a lot of these bets towards this time of year. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're like getting got a little bit too much or what. They're just tanking a lot of the odds for some of this stuff. I don't like it.
Now I've noticed a few things. I don't want to get into it aloud, but
Because
I've noticed a few things.
I just wanted one thing. If BetMGM has some better auto and touchdown props than FanDuel, it's like, well, what is going on? This like never happens. That's when I'm like, oh, that's eye
a
opening.
fucking fantasy prop book. That's supposed to be their bread and butter. But yeah,
And they're boning us.
a game we can probably skip. The New York Football Giants.
Yeah.
Taking on Carolina. I'm gonna be honest.
You can't do it.
I couldn't even tell you anything about this game that I give a fuck about.
I got one thing.
Under
Bryce
40?
Young over a half passing touchdown, minus 156. You're going to get a boost probably for this game in the morning on one of these sports book. I'm going to use it on that. And I'm going to watch because Xavier Leggette's in my fantasy lineup and I'm a league neighbor. So I hate myself and I'm going to be watching this game. So I have to give myself something to root for.
Yeah, minus 168 though.
Oh, that sucks. It was minus 156 yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, I like it though. I mean, I feel I hate.
Like I said, if you get a boost, make it maybe minus 115. I mean, it's still ugly, but it's a half.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked pretty good last week, by the way.
I was about to say it feels automatic, which means it's not gonna happen. But it feels like even if it's late in the game, somehow, some way, Bryce Young's gonna throw one touchdown.
I mean, yeah, like
it's the Giants.
He's an NFL quarterback. I like, come on now.
No, I mean, you know what's crazy? As bad as the Panthers are, their offense has been respectable. They put up around 20 points every game, I feel like, this year.
Davey Boy Canales, man, he's starting to finally get some stuff cooking, maybe. Yeah. Maybe he'll stand a chance or David Tepper won't fire him right away.
I don't know if the Panthers...
We'll see. I wouldn't put my money on it.
I don't know what their road is to get back to relevancy, but...
I tell you what, man.
As long as they bad, I'm happy.
They haven't even started building the road yet. The road is, they don't even got, they just got, it's just a field.
Yeah. Saints right there with them, so I can't even hate. I can't even talk trash.
Did you see that Cam Jordan thing real quick before we move on? Where he's like, I can't even go to the locker room after the game and all that. Like, dude, he was in full pads and everything. He just walked out and he basically put a tweet on X like, I'm sorry, Saints fan, we let y'all down. We can't lose to Panthers, something like that. And then Panthers tweeted back, it's like, y'all 2-7 too. What the hell y'all talking about? It was the funniest thing. It was awesome. It was like, man, we lost to the Panthers. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Nah, bro, that's the same motherfucker, and we ain't got to get into it, that said, I believe we're going to the Super Bowl in the preseason.
You got to say that, though, right?
But I feel like he really believed it. This team has so much potential, bro.
You got to believe it, right? If you're...
Yeah, I mean, you got to. But I believe it,
but
too.
Man. Yeah,
I don't know, bro.
That's why you're mad. He got you to believe. That's what the issue is, I think. He's like, you know what? You might just be right. Man. Came out hot. Burned too bright. They burned too bright.
Shine bright like a diamond.
New England out for them.
The Patriots plus 6.5 taking on the Bears of Chicago in Chicago. Total 38 and a hook. I can give a hot ham about this game. I think I did tease the Patriots up plus 12.
I'm probably tempted to do that as well. Probably going to be the team I do. It's probably going to be the second team I add. I love how they only have Bears props up. That's cool. That's the one team I don't care about. I wanted to see what Drake May for one passing touchdown minus 220. That's gross. That might be a fun little throw in. I might do a fun little QB parlay thing with Drake May. Find all these half QBs. Bryce Young, Drake May, do some stuff like that. The only thing I'm touching this game is probably the Drake May rushing stats. I want to see what they were, but I think I'm going to scoot a little bit. I'm going to take Ramondre Stevenson score a touchdown as well. But past that, I got nothing in this game.
Did you see that stat where all three of the Bears wide receivers are like top 10 in I don't even know what the stats called now that I think about it. Like
being frustrated with their quarterback.
I mean that too, but yeah, they all like fuck. Basically, Caleb Williams inaccurate as hell. Like his 3 receivers are in the top 10 of like being missed.
I probably have two people to blame for that. Caleb Williams and Shane Waldron. That guy stinks.
Get him out of
You want me to
here.
say it again? That guy stinks. That's hilarious. I had my ringer on for that.
Yeah, I think it was your boy. I forgot his name, but I saw like a 5-minute video on that. Just how bad he's been accuracy wise. But man, Buffalo. Buffalo.
I mean,
The
it's
Bills.
also a thing too where the concept. I think the concepts are just not helping it. And to be fair, the Bears' offensive line isn't the best either. Which it's hard to pass when you can't stand back there for. I mean, you watch videos of the Falcons watch videos of the Falcons against the Cowboys. I don't think Caleb Williams seen a pocket like that all year this year.
No,
I
definitely.
mean, Kirk Cousins literally just
Kirk Cousins has
bro.
such a good
Nobody's even
offensive
close to
line.
him.
He has -3 rushing yards on the year. The kid hadn't even had to scramble for a 2-yard first down.
You know those -3 yard are all probably Neil's.
Yeah, yeah.
That might
No,
be the
shout out
best
to
stat I've
him.
heard all day.
Shout out to him. I love Caleb Williams. I don't, but I think he's good.
He'll get there. He's yet again, he's rookie. We can't expect these guys to be amazing. CJ Stroud was an anomaly. Now look at CJ Stroud, sophomore slump.
No.
It's the NFL. It's tough for these guys. They'll figure it out.
Hey, yo, G Money, I told you. That boy thought I was hating. I told you. Damn Texans. But Buffalo, man. Buffalo's traveling to a town near you. Buffalo Bills, -3.5 on the road. I like this at -4.5. Love it at 3.5. Total set at
Was at five
47
and a
in the
half.
hook. Yeah.
Opened at 5. Yeah, believe
What
it
the
or
hell is
not.
going on? How do people look at and no disrespect, how do people look at this Colts team the last 3 weeks and say they got a chance?
This is a bit of a kitchen sink game for them because simply, first of all, it's just probably a big number. They think this game's going to be close because the Bills. I mean, the Colts. If you want to handicap like a silly boy, Colts beat the Dolphins, who the Dolphins almost beat the Bills. So that's probably a lot of the logic people are doing. If we want to be honest, so a lot of yeah. If you do cross
Yeah,
some wires, move some stuff around. No,
yeah,
honestly, I think the biggest thing is the run game. The Colts. I will admit this would be an awesome game for AR to start because the Bills suck in the run game, and the Colts could probably, if they just used him like more of a running quarterback, it'd be awesome. And that's for the part of that game. But that's I think the biggest reason is the fact of the run game. Because I mean, Colts past that, they're fighting for their playoff livelihood. If they lose this game, the season, I'm not gonna say it's over, but it's not looking too great. And
now Shane Steichen
maybe the
went from
three and a
being one of
half,
the offensive geniuses to what y'all score 10 points Sunday night.
13, but 7 by the defense.
Yeah, that's
Lowest offense. I
baffling.
mean, it's a scheme thing too. Like we're too much shotgun, not enough play action, not enough motion. I mean, it's really what the Eagles fans were complaining about. Jalen Hurts is basically standing back there and throwing. That's kind of what we're doing. I'm not going to get into it because I do think he has some good offensive stuff. It's just I think there's so much on his plate right now that I think there's so much going on that it's not just on him. I think it's a whole system.
Yeah,
Everything's flawed right now. I mean, our defensive coordinator stinks. Nothing is ever clicking on the same pages. It's a mess right now. I mean, it's
yeah. I
an
think y'all
absolute
need
mess, and it
some.
sucks because they set up the whole. Sorry, one more thing. They set up the whole season for Anthony Richardson, and now he's calling plays for Joe Flacco, who can't run at all. So it's like, what are we doing, man?
No, that's a great point. I also think y'all need just a little more help on the wide receiver room.
Yeah, it would help if wide receivers would catch the ball. It sucks that Michael Pittman's been hurt all season because he's basically been kind of shelled himself.
Yeah.
Josh Downs is their only good receiver. Donnie Mitchell's a rookie. So, I mean, it's.
But yeah, don't get me wrong. I
It's
think
tough.
Shane Steichen's top 2 or 3 offensive minds right now in the league.
Something's just not right. I couldn't put my finger on, but something's not right on that offense. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Chris Ballard. We like our guys. One in-season trade in 8 seasons. My God, dude's just getting a paycheck at this point. It feels like
Yeah.
frustrating stuff as a Colts. I mean, when you make no in-season trades, because we're a developmental team, but a lot of our guys aren't developing. It's like, what are we doing? Oh, also Ryan Kelly, our starting center, is on IR. The guy who called out Anthony Richardson as well, and it's causing a lot of drama. I mean, it's World War III for Colts fans on X as well. It's I mean, we're 4-5, 4-4, whatever. And it feels like the season's over, man. It's tough.
No, I remember thinking when y'all lost to the Vikings, man, at least they ain't 2-7.
Feels like we're 2-7. You would think,
Yeah, it was
right?
that bad, but I was like, man, at least they ain't 2-7. But nah, everything you said,
It's
I
just
know
tough.
Shane Steichen pulls up into the facility every day and then hits one of these in the car, and then gets ready to get out there and get at it.
Gosh darn, and because he doesn't cuss, he hits the. He might even say he might even let out an F word in the car, like
Fruit
gosh darn it,
salad. Just
fruit
random.
salad, yeah, and just get out of the car. Yeah, it's tough. It just sucks because it feels like there's one thing, like they're one thing away, but I don't know what the thing is. Like one thing of fixing, is it AR just getting his accuracy right? Is it getting a better receiver that can help? I mean, is it? It's obviously running better schemes for AR too, but yeah, we don't need to spend all day on the Colts. They're gonna probably lose to the Bills. But
And that's
give
how
me
I feel
Colts
about the
three and a
Saints. I
half.
always think it's
Give me
one
some
thing
JT
away.
stats.
Yeah, and then when I write the stuff down, it's like, oh wait, we need everything.
Yeah, there's a. I mean, the worst part too is like biggest help the Colts for sure. It would help if we had a defensive back because God, I. It's okay. Justin Jefferson only had like 8 plays of 20 yards against us. That's easy. That's an easy way to win a football game when they only score 20 points. We don't got to get into it. Colts have no
Nah, that
DBs,
shit pissed
man.
me off. I had Jefferson any damn time touchdown. I also had your boy JT.
Yeah, the Colts couldn't get down the field. And then, hey, when they get down the field, it's third down. Where's our fifth string running back? Hey, Carly Ursay, do you want to get in on the field for a running play? Bring out Jim, actually. Actually, fuck it. Bring out Chris Ballard. You know what? Actually, no. Colts fan of the year, Seth the Flow. He's coming out to run the fourth down play.
He just
Why
goes
is
out there.
JT never on the field? Go Colts. Actually, shout out the Flow, though, for real. Get Super Bowl tickets. That's awesome. That's what we should
Oh
be talking
man,
about. Let's talk about the Flow.
I
Vikings,
hate
Jags.
I hate the world we live in. Some guy sings horrible songs and gets Super Bowl tickets.
Hey, he bleeds blue. That's all that matters.
Man,
Whether win or lose, man, we love him.
these timestamps are about to be horrible. I've been writing them down. I've been writing them down, and then we'll talk about something else for like 3 minutes. But I'm not
Hey, I
changing
got
it.
it. I got us. I got us. Vikings,
Minnesota.
Jags.
Yeah.
Vikes minus 4.5. Jags stink.
Yeah, that's my second favorite bet. I'm on Bills 3.5. I'm gonna be on the Vikings minus the 4.5. Total set at 45 in the hook here. Kind of like the under a little bit. I think Jacksonville. I don't see them putting up over 10.
Stinks.
Yeah, and the Vikings, I could see them only being around 23. I'm really looking at this game like 23-10, 23-13. But I'm definitely on the
Yeah.
Vikings 4.5.
I'm probably feel very similar. I can't give you a final score similar like that, but I just think the Vikings are going to win at this point. I mean, I think this is going to be very similar to what they kind of did to the Colts because I mean, I don't think with how erratic Trevor Lawrence can be as well. If they did that to the Colts, it's going to be one of two ways. Trevor Lawrence is either going to throw all over this defense because they have the worst passing defense, or it's going to be Colts 2.0, and he is going to be a little bit of a pitter patter feet back there, a little bit happy feet.
Yeah, I can see it, man. Oh man, do the Chiefs go undefeated? I've been saying yes since 2-0. Haven't lost yet. 8.5 point favorites in Kansas City. Total set at 41 and a hook here. Do the Broncos score over 10 points? Also, two questions to you.
Plus 800 for the Chiefs go 17-0.
I should have got it
Man,
earlier. They're gonna lose one.
right? That's what I've been thinking about this whole time. No, it's I think the Broncos potentially score over 10. But no, it's at 13-17, probably. But I mean, they will score over 10. I'll give you that, and it won't be from a quarterback receiving touchdown. But yeah, this is gonna be a game. I might take the Chiefs 8.5. I don't think they're gonna cover, but because it's the Chiefs, they win and
Chiefs
don't cover all
never
the time.
cover, bro.
Never ever.
I think and
Uh,
I was thinking about this driving the other day. Like I think Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid finally figured it out, bro. How to win games. Fuck getting stats. Fuck making it hard. Like fuck blowing teams out. Let's just win
let's
the
just
game.
win.
Yeah, that's all you
We
got to
do
do.
go. It honestly is. They just figured, hey, and then let's just get to the playoffs, and then we'll do what we need to do.
Let's just win,
Kareem
baby.
Hunt's on an NBA Jam, by the way, on rushing touchdowns 4 weeks in a row now. Give me him. I'm gonna be on some DeAndre Hopkins props because we got to get the DeAndre Hopkins props while we can because he's going to be the next Rashee Rice within the next 3 to 4 weeks. So as he's learning the offense, we need to take advantage of them being low. None of them are out yet on this book, at least I'm looking at, but
Yeah.
it's going to probably be about 50, 60 yards. We're looking at like 4 to 5 receptions. Gimme.
No, I mean, so you saw it instantly. He gets there. Oh, Travis Kelsey isn't washed up. He's just been triple teamed all year.
I mean, dude, that throw Mahomes made to him and like triple coverage to DeAndre Hopkins in the first half, that was silly. I mean, that was
Nah,
dumb.
it's crazy
That was
how
dumb.
yeah, they just
You
clicked
saw the
instantly.
you saw the text I sent. I'm like, man, it's like it looks like Brady Moss. It's dumb,
Yeah,
stupid. Literally feels like cheating. I can't believe the NFL let this happen. Thank you, Titans, you pricks.
man. Shout
Everyone
out.
wants the Chiefs to be good. I don't get it. Bills gave him Worthy. When he figures it out, might be awesome.
Yeah,
Titans give him.
yeah,
You gave us L'Jarius Sneed. We'll give you DeAndre Hopkins.
yeah.
It's like, you guys, you realize you signed him in the offseason, right? You don't got to trade DeAndre Hopkins to the Chiefs. It's like they must have had a backdoor deal or something. Be like, hey, if you get a really good star receiver, just remember what we did for you.
Right. Nah, Titans, man. I don't know. They went into sell mode. Can't blame them.
Yeah, I can. Not the Chiefs, man.
No, I mean, I think, yeah, they blew that shit up immaturely. But I don't know. DeAndre Hopkins might have been like, bro, get me the fuck out of here, bro.
Probably. And he probably had a choice of where he wanted to go, if we're being honest.
Boy, D Hop, man, one of the most underrated.
For real. He honestly really is.
We got the Dirty Birds, Atlanta, coming down to New Orleans Saints, plus 3.5 at home. Home dogs, total set at 46 and a hook. If you watch the game between the Saints and Falcons earlier in the year, we gave the Falcons 17 points, and they beat us by like 2. Uh, Also, you know what it is. Fire your coach, you win the next game. Give me the Saints plus 3.5. Uh, I was about to say fuck the Falcons. Fuck the Falcons. I'm ready for this game.
I reiterate. I reiterate everything you said except for that last part about fuck the Falcons. I don't have any hate towards them like that. I also like Taysom Hill to score, but yeah, you said it perfect. New coach theory. Even at worst, I think it's going to be a field goal game. So the fact that hook's just sitting there smiling at me, thank you.
Yeah, no matter what, how bad the Saints are, how bad the Falcons are, every time these Muppets play, it's probably been one game I remember my whole life that was over 3 or 4 points.
And there's always a one game rebound for the new coach theory. Like that's actually like there's a legitimate one game bounce back for the boys. And it's their special teams coordinator, who I think all the guys in the locker room like actually really love and everything. So they'll at least play hard the first game, I would think.
Yeah.
Well, except for there's one guy who we don't have to say his name, but Carrick Dar. We're gonna have to see how he plays.
I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy you said that because I was just thinking, like, I was shaking my head just now because I was like, man, we got fucking Derek Carr, bro. Like, that's my
And
quarterback,
we
bro.
got Kirko. Walk in your trap, take over your trap. Kirko Chains coming in. Mister,
What?
you like that, Kirko Chains.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch out. Saints 3.5 though, because new coach theory. Simple as that.
Simple as that, Jack. Niners minus 5.5 on the road, going down to Tampa Bay. Total set at 50 and a hook. Niners been playing some good football lately. Can't get to the 5.5. Tampa Bay's just been one of the most competitive teams this year. They remind me, and not the way they play, but just they remind me of the Steelers. Every game has been close. They've been fighting. They've had a chance late in every game this year. They haven't done it with their defense like the Steelers have, but the Bucks, they're probably going to hang around, and I just can't get to the 5.5 on the Niners, even though they've been looking good the last 3 weeks.
I'm the same exact way. If anything, I'm taking the Bucks potentially plus 5.5 because it's Christian McCaffrey's first game back. I don't know how much they're going to play him. If he goes full goal, it makes me a little bit nervous, but that's going to completely change up their offense. The only thing I'm for sure going to be on is I might, by the way, might take CMC touchdown. Maybe. Assuming that if it's at decent odds, I might just for the simple fact he's back, and I'm assuming they're going to try to get him one. But only thing I'm really going to be on is Cade Otton's receiving yards and receptions over. I can tell you off the top of my head, last few games he had 8 receptions for 100 yards. Last 3 games, so 8 receptions, 100 yards, 9 receptions for 81 and 2. And then last game, I think he had 8 for 77 and 1. So it's like he's been going absolutely off since Mike Evans, Chris Godwin have been out. And until Mike Evans comes back, he's going to be target numero uno. So I love Cade Otton's stats as long as they keep him within reason. I mean, Thursday night or whenever they played Monday night, it was like it's over was like 6 yards was at 50 and not even a sweat.
Nah, blew over. Man, can you believe Mike Evans been hurt almost all season? He's missed the last 3 weeks.
He's still the leader in something, isn't he?
He's the
No,
only
it's
guy
crazy.
in my receiver touchdown parlay for the season that's hit already. And nobody else is even close. I took
Receiver
like
touchdown for the season. Oh, you're talking about their overs?
yeah, like let me grab it
Oh,
real
some
quick.
all overs. I know what you mean. Yeah.
I had Mike Evans
Yeah,
plus
that's crazy.
all of them 6+. Mike Evans, Travis
Oh,
Kelsey,
okay.
Chris Olave, Jaden Waddle, Christian Watson, and
Wow.
Calvin Ridley.
That's dead as fuck. Holy fuck. Just because of Olave alone. But Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a sad
Oh,
list. Jesus.
it's dead. Yeah, I mean, I made
That's
this bet.
sad. It's actually sad, man. Fuck.
I placed this bet August 23rd, so about 3 weeks before the season. Oh no, I
Man.
thought this was a lot, bro. And then I think the first week of the season, Christian Washington scored 2, or he scored at least 1, and I was like, hell yeah, we about to be rolling. Hell no.
Damn.
Now I
Yeah,
also got listen to this one: Travis Etienne, Bijan Robinson, Gus Edwards, Christian McCaffrey, Josh Jacobs, and Brees Hall all to get 8+. Pittsburgh, baby. They're on the road taking on the Commanders.
that's
I don't
tough.
know who's betting on Pittsburgh, but you can't do it.
Can't do
Commanders
it.
moved to -2.5 at home after getting better in the trade deadline. Total set at 45 and a hook here. I could be completely wrong, and I've kind of been waiting for Washington to fall on their face. I've been waiting for the Lions to fall on their face. I'm kind of just at the point of the season, and I could be a dumbass, but I'm buying into these guys. I've been betting Washington. Don't do it.
No, I'm saying buy in.
Yeah, -2.5. Washington at home.
Yeah, buy in. I mean, even if even to the point, even if they lose, like their track record has shown that like this team is improving. Their defense has gotten better. You remember me the first 2 weeks I came on, I was clowning that defense.
Yeah,
That defense has gotten better and better and better and better every single week. They're showing improvement. The boys are buying into Dan Quinn. I mean, Jaden Daniels is just oh my goodness, boy. I don't know if it's that visor stuff he does where he watches and does all the stuff that we talked about a few weeks ago, or if it's just that boy's just that goddamn good at football. It makes me mad that the Colts weren't bad one more year to get that guy because man,
yeah.
he's been awesome. There's just no other way to put it. He's been truly awesome. There's one play I want to talk about real quick from I know we're pressed on time, but be quick. Last week, 11 seconds to go in half, no timeouts. Basically, they're like he throws a 30 or 40-yard bomb to Terry McLaurin for a touchdown. The fact they give a rookie that much confidence, I mean, that should tell you all you need to know about this team. This team's fully bought in. They're gonna be a fun team. Get Marshall and Lattimore. They should be better. I don't know
Yeah.
what I'm gonna take prop wise in this game. I'm gonna watch live. I do one more thing that in. I'm gonna take Najee's rush over. He's rushed for 100 plus yards in 3 straight games. We're gonna bet at NBA Jam, but I don't know if he's gonna rush for 100 this game. But I do like his rushing over at least.
Hell yeah. No, I like that. I'm gonna say this. Uh, Jaden Daniels is a monster. Nobody has talked about Cliff Kingsbury as the offensive coordinator.
Oh man, hey, I actually have something for that too. If you actually want to bring it up, I heard something.
I
So in the
love
off
Cliff
season,
Kingsbury. I still pissed off that Kyler Murray got this man fired.
yeah, he's been awesome. Honestly, Dan Quinn brought him in simply for the fact that he had experience in the college level and in the NFL level to blend it perfectly to help Jaden Daniels. When Cliff Kingsbury came in to install, you know how usually some guys come in, it's like, hey, you're learning my system. This is my system. He comes up to Jaden Daniels. Shout out to I think it was Greg Olson that told the story that I heard it from. He came up to Jaden Daniels and he's like, hey, give me your 5 best schemes or plays that you'd like to run, like QB runs, passes, all that. Give me the 5 you'd like to run. So they do that obviously and do that. And install day 101 with the Commanders offense. That's what they started with. So it's perfect with Cliff Kingsbury because he can blend the NFL style with the college style. And we're seeing the perfect mix where it's like they got college schemes in the NFL working perfectly. And yeah, he is a big part of the cog in the machine, and it's been a perfect match made in heaven. He
Nah,
deserves a lot more credit. I completely agree with you.
yeah. Nah, I love Cliff Kingsbury, man. You bring a team to 10-1, and then you get fired because your diva quarterback is ass. Kyler Murray. Yes. Tennessee taking on the Chargers, baby. I know you're very high on the Chargers, and I know everybody's very low on Tennessee. I got nothing on this game if you want to talk it up a little bit.
Chargers
7.5.
7.5.
Chargers, my bad. At home, 7.5 point favorites. Total 38, and they hook.
Chargers 7.5. I see this game going very similar how the games went against the Browns. That's basically all I got to handicap it. Probably look at some J.K. Dobbins stuff. Maybe look at Ladder Quentin Johnson.
Man,
Chargers 7.5.
I love Quentin Johnson, man. He's quietly had a solid season.
Dude, Harbaugh, another quick story. Harbaugh has completely changed that man. It went from, I think, Brandon Staley. He was getting clowned and everything. I think when Brandon Staley was there and there's not a lot of defense, Harbaugh's come out and like it's every time he's talked about him, he's just talked him up. And you're seeing what's happening. Quentin Johnson responding, he's bought in, and now he's becoming the first round pick that we thought he should be. That he's looking like how he did with TCU, and it's like, man, that's a bit of the Harbaugh effect for you. It's awesome. I mean, this culture's completely changed. They're a completely new team.
People
Herbert
overlook the mental
is
aspect,
chirping.
man. You get a player questioning things, like just doubting himself. The greatest player could fall apart. But
I mean, look no further than Dennis Allen with all of his players. He just, unless they're Taysom Hill or Derek Carr, he just drags you in the mud. Also, shout out Derek Carr for getting Dennis Allen fired from the Raiders and the Saints. It's pretty impressive.
oh, man,
Kendre Miller hurt, and he goes, "Well, it's hard to evaluate him when he's hurt all the time." Like, yeah, thanks, coach.
when they hired
Rick?
Dennis Allen, I said this motherfucker's like 5-32. And then a year later, we went and got Derek freaking Carr. I said, why are we getting losers? Like habitual losers. Not like, oh, they were at one point
Yeah.
he was 30 in a 7. No, been a loser his whole career. Both of them.
But he had that one good season in 2017.
Oh, boy was on the juice. New York, Jets. The Jets. I'm on the money line here against the Cardinals. I mean, it just keeps running. -116 right now. Total 45 in the hook here. Both of these teams, I feel like can give you 27 or 6. So I'm gonna stay away from the total, but I am gonna be on the Jets, and I'm probably gonna regret it.
Yep. Give me the Jets, baby. They're back. That's all we got to say. They're back. We'll see. We'll see. I do like them in this game, though. For whatever reason, Cardinals coming off an awesome game. They struggle to win multiple games in a row. I'm not. I think the Cardinals are better. I think the Cardinals are looking better. I think they're looking good, but I'm not bought in fully.
Kyler Murray got this problem where he win a game and think he the shit. And then he lose 2 straight, and he's like, oh, shit, I got to lock back in.
Got locked back in. Win 2 again. He's like, I'm the fucking man.
Yeah.
I got locked back in.
I mean, the kid is just busted, man. The Eagles of Philadelphia, they're taking on the NFC East rival, the Dallas Cowboys, excuse me. Cowboys +7 at home, total set at 42. And the head slipped out, man. 42.5.
No.
If
Funny
I'm
part
not
is
on
in my
air,
head. Funny part in my head is I said it too. Like I'm
yeah.
saying Cowboys. So it's
If I'm not on air, I say Cowgirls 100% of the time.
what a sad
+7.
season for them, man.
Yeah. I mean, I got nothing on this game. 7 feels big, just because I think the Eagles suck as well. I think the whole NFC East sucks outside of Washington, but I do think the Eagles win this game comfortably, so I don't know why I'm scared of the 7.
Yeah, I feel the same way. The only reason 7 doesn't hit is because Sirianni does some dumb shit. No, Sirianni, like, no joke though, has been a pretty good coach this year. He's just had some moments that everyone likes to make a little bit bigger than they are, probably in some occasions. But that's Philadelphia Eagle football for you. They just are built different out there. I do think they win this game by 7. I'm looking for the Hurts or Barkley to score per usual. Barkley's probably gonna have a field day on this defense that is built to rush the passer and play from ahead. But they haven't been ahead a lot this year, so this defense has been getting cooked for it.
Yeah.
They already were a horrible run defense, and then, they were built to play from ahead, and now they're just getting waxed in every game. Give me some Barkley rushing stats.
Nah, the kid's going off, bro.
Oh,
Shout out. I don't know how he did it, but he did it.
Saquon Barkley to break the single season rushing yard record, plus 2,600. Same where it was for
Is he
Derrick
close?
Henry. I don't know.
Like,
Actually, I'll look it up real quick while you start up the next game.
all right. Sunday night football. We got a beauty down there on the south side. H-Town, as the locals call it. Houston Texans, baby. Plus 3.5 at home. Home dogs to the red hot Detroit Lions. Total set at 48 and a hook here. Lions minus 3.5 feels disrespectful. Give me the Lions by 60. By
Lions by 60.
Houston, man, they've been on the brink of falling apart all year, and I think this is finally going to be the game where it happens. They're the worst team ATS all season, even though they've been winning close games. They either win by 2 or lose by 2. You can't play like that against Detroit. We also saw
No.
a few instances, at least I have, where they've shown you their cards. Soft. They don't want to win. They want to run the clock out, and they end up losing to the Packers because of it. You got to want to win. You can't just try
You're
to
right.
outsmart the system every damn time. You're in the red zone down 2. Go get a damn touchdown. Don't try to get a first down and run the clock out. Because now you kick a field goal, you only have 1. You let the Packers come back and slap your ass all on the damn floor. Because you want to try and get a first down and kneel the clock out.
DJ Stroud's been playing. He's been rough too. No Nico Collins or anything. And Stephon Diggs is out now too. It's been rough for him.
From Ohio State boys, man. Overrated.
Real quick to bring it back to Saquon, 925 rushing yards. So he's just a week behind Derrick Henry pretty much. That one's a little bit farther back. I'll admit, I put 13 wins you 338. If you not saying I bet it, but because I happen to have an 03 number, but 13 wins you 338, not to be too specific on a number.
Yeah.
But
you know what the record is? It's like gotta be like 2,200, huh? 2,300?
2106 plus. That's what the.
So you're telling me the kid needs 1,200 more yards?
Give or take.
Can't do it. Especially because you know they're not
Probably
going
not.
to play week 17.
Yeah, that's the only thing that sucks is it's going to come down to if they play or not. But yeah, I'm on Lions with you as well. I'm on some Jahmyr Gibbs rushing over. That's on an NBA Jam, and I'm going to take both backs to score. I probably will take some Joe Mixon. I will not take some Joe Mixon stuff. I forgot they're playing the Lions, but I'll probably take him to score at least. Past that, yeah, the Texans they've been getting really weird until Nico Collins comes back. I just don't like the props.
Yeah. I mean, they've actually been better than I expected. Before the season, I said the Texans were gonna fall apart, miss the playoffs. It don't look like they're that bad, but they're getting.
I was about to say it's hard to miss the playoffs when nobody else in your division wants to take it from you either.
Bro, what? I thought the Jaguars would be a little better. I thought the Colts would be a little better. Thought the Titans would be a little better. I thought that would be one of the most competitive divisions. I thought it would be reminiscent of AFC North some years or even the NFC East where you get all the teams, or even the NFC South. I mean, a lot of divisions. I don't know why I'm picking divisions, but I thought it would be a close race. Every game, every team within a game or two coming down to the last few weeks.
They all fucking stink. It sucks. They stink, especially my team. I thought it was gonna be a 2-man race, and it's a 1-man race.
Oh,
Time in a race.
Yeah, nah. The potato sack.
Just buddy's just walking to the trophy and be like, all right. Nobody around him. Sweet.
Yeah. Monday night, real quick. I know we got to check out your article on Stare Down Sports. I haven't really thought about this game much either. My mind's saying Rams, my heart's saying Dolphins right now.
Yep.
I don't know what the hell to do.
Nope. Yeah, I just can't bet on the Dolphins, man. I'm sick of them this year as well. They've been since the beginning of the season, they've been just annoying to watch. I'll probably take some Devon Achane stuff for them, maybe take some Kyron Rose stuff for the Rams. But yeah, it's Rams or nothing for me so far in this game. Through my first few look-throughs.
Yeah. I dropped my pen. I got another one. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a good NFL week. Just to recap all of my bets, I'm gonna be on Bills minus 3.5, Vikings minus 4.5, Saints plus 3.5, Jets money line, Washington minus 2.5, and then tonight I'm going to be on the Bengals, baby.
I got a lot to say, so you're gonna have to watch. Skip. Yeah, you got timestamps, right? Just go skip through those, please, because we'd be here. I got a CVS type receipt worth of stuff to say.
Hey, ain't nothing but time, but I feel you. Nah, go back and watch. You heard the man.
No, I don't need to repeat 25 bets. If you find what you like through the timestamps, we'll just put it that way.
Hell yeah. Man, any last thoughts?
It's just gonna be a fun weekend. College football is gonna set us up perfectly for a stinker of a start for Sunday football, and then it's gonna get great one to start out tonight as well for NFL. But man, really, I'm really excited for the college slate this weekend because of a lot of do or dies. Going to be a lot of implications for a lot of futures we got riding, so it's gonna be fun.
Hell yeah, bro. Man, my man, Jaden Chandler Parnell from the JCP Pod on YouTube. Follow him on X at Jaden95. Chandler comes here every week on Thursday, gives us his college bets, winning on the season. Great year, hell of a year for your boy
Not bad year.
JCP. And we break down every single NFL game every week. My man, always appreciate it more than you'll ever know for you coming on and spending some time with us. Thank you.
No, thank you. But yeah, having hit a college nasty boy. That's the only flaw on the resume right now this year. Only flaw. I can't do it.
4-16 NFL.
4-16 NFL, up about 550. 0-10 in college. 10 in college, down about 150. Hey, you win some, you lose some.
But you live. You live.
Hey,
To fight another day.
we had some close one too, so we got the heart racing a little bit. That's all that matters, right? With parlays, you just got to get a little bit of a.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Last night I laughed hard as hell out loud. One of the texts you sent me, we were both on the Campbell money line yesterday, and I was like, the lads gave it all they could, and you was like, man, that's all you could ask for. They gave me some fucking hope, just to have that hope.
That's with the money line that big. It's like, damn. So we were right. Boys just didn't have any left.
Nah, but when it's
they
5
burned
minutes
two,
left in the
right?
game and they're down 4, and you're like, oh, we got it, we go. Yeah, just having that hope sometimes is worth the money, man.
Man, it's like basically it's like buying a movie ticket, man. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, people
Pay for
spend
my
good money to
mission.
get their heart racing like this.
Man, shout out them Campbell boys, man. You get them next time.
Yeah.
Just run 2 more extra sprints. Get them legs stronger.
I know Virginia's offense looked better under this coach than it ever looked under Tony Bennett. I don't even know this coach's name. I need to look it up. But I like what I saw last night from him.
Oh shit. Shout out.
I mean, I'm saying that they only scored, what, 55, 60 points, but it just looked better. Like, you know?
That's a very good point. Do you have some college to give out, by the way?
Yeah, I'm about to talk some college ball.
Okay.
You can stay on if you
I'll head
want.
out of here then, yeah. I said I'll head out of here then because I got some stuff to do. So peace out, my boy. Much love.
Hell yeah, I don't have any bets, but I am about to preview tonight.
Oh yeah. One last thing to leave off on. Shout out Kirk Signetti. Hoosiers?
Yes, sir. Indiana football, baby. Who would have thunk it? I tell you who would have thunk it. JCP would have thunk it. He told me early in the year, get on some Indiana football. I said, Indiana football? He said, Indiana football. And then he told me to light the cig. I didn't know what he was talking about. I didn't want to get cancer. But hey, I bet Indiana football because of the man. The last 5 weeks, and I'm 5-0. So shout out to whatever the hell the coach's name is. Indiana football, baby. Rocking and rolling. But let's get to some college. Some college hoops. Action, baby. I want to talk a little bit about some things last night. I kind of talked about it in the opening of the show. Ryan Kalkbrenner, 49 points for Creighton, carries them to victory. Auburn, 50 something point win. I mean, just absolute hot. UConn, they're rolling. They cover and win. What else happened last night? Arkansas, 16-point victory over Lipscomb. They get things rolling over there. Shout out to John L. Davis. Indiana, speaking of Indiana, 19-point victory. Which is crazy. They won by 19. My number was 18 and a half. The number ended up being 28 and a half. I stayed away. But shout out to Indiana, man. I'm going to mess this kid's name up. But Mackenzie McBaco, 31 points, 9 rebounds in 20 minutes for Indiana. Shout out to him. Rutgers, even without Ace Bailey, projected top pick. Dylan Harper, another projected top 5 pick for the Rutgers. Rutgers looking dangerous this year. They handle Wagner easily by 23. Dylan Harper, 20 points, 3 steals. Ace Bailey, only player projected to get drafted above him, Cooper Flag. That just shows how good he is. The kid averaged 35 and 16 in high school. 6'10 wing. Reminds me of Brandon Miller build with mellow game. But Rutgers, man, looking good. His injuries day to day hasn't been specified. Hasn't been we don't know what the hell is wrong with the kid. But man, a great night in college basketball last night. It really got the juices flowing. I was up off my feet. I was jumping around. Um, some highlights here and there. Notre Dame starting off 1-0 with a 29-point victory over Stonehill. Villanova, yikes. Cal Neptune probably be fired at the end of the year. Villanova loses to Columbia. Georgetown, 85-77 win. And then you get Virginia over Campbell. Just talked about them a little bit. Minnesota doing the damn thing. How about LSU? They surprised me. 35-point victory for them yesterday. Uh, LSU trying to get things rolling. Jalen Reed with 24 points and 8 boards. Might be a sleeper in the SEC. Probably will have. That's a team I'm not going to bet them in regular season, but LSU might be a team I'm looking at come SEC tournament if they're getting hot at the right time to just win those 4 or 5 games in a row they're going to need to win. Boise State doing the damn thing on the field and on the court. 87-43 victory over Oakland. Utah State with a 60-point win. And then a absolute great game last night between San Diego State and UC San Diego. The game was so good, wasn't even mad that they didn't cover. San Diego State, that is. But man, college basketball is underway. College basketball is rocking and rolling. Let's look ahead a little bit at tonight's games. I don't have any bets, but I can talk some numbers with you and just tell you where my mind is at. 3 games I was really looking at. Florida had them like minus 24 in the hook. Might be the only bet I make. They're minus 20 in the hook. I don't know what's stopping me from that bet. The more I think about it. And then USC, I got them about minus 14 and a half. Numbers 23 and a half. And then Michigan State, I got them around 20, 21. Numbers 28. So the 3 bets I was going to look to fire, just don't really like the number on them. But looking at some of these games, you got Delaware and Robert Morris. Sheesh. Gonna be a good one. I think it's gonna be one of those games that comes down to the wire. Kind of want to take Robert Morris plus the 6.5, but 6.5 really isn't enough for me to get excited about it. 9, 11 maybe I'll jump all on it. There's some great games tomorrow, and there's some great games on Saturday, and of course, it's the 4th day of the season, so long season ahead of us. I'm not forcing up bets this year. Trying to just, I don't know. I used to force up 4 or 5 bets a day no matter what. Wake Forest minus 24.5 might be a bet I would have took last year, but we've seen a lot of 50, 60-point games. I don't know if Wake Forest can get there. They should. Don't know if they can. Again, Florida over Jacksonville minus the 20.5. These are those games where you get a team like Jacksonville and they're looking at Florida, and those kids are mad because they know that they should be playing on a big name school like Florida, but for whatever reason they end up at Jacksonville. So this is their chance to prove a point. 20 is just a big number, and I don't know where I'm at on Florida. This will be their first game of the season, so don't even have an eye test on them. Michigan State line kind of moving. They're 27. It was 28 last night. Michigan State wins this thing easily, but man, I just love Tom Izzo. I could just see him winning this game by 15 and being happy. Um, he's one of those guys like we up 12, 20. Let me try some new stuff in the second half just to try it in live action games. And I don't know, he kind of plays around. I don't mean that like he play. I don't know. Michigan State, they're not a team that goes from up 15 to up 50. Like it's up 15, up 20, 18, 20. Like they're not gonna blow any team out. They're gonna run their sets, and they're gonna use the game as practice, basically. If that makes sense to anybody. Oh man, Iowa take it on Southern. Iowa minus 24.5. I'm gonna keep my eye on that game. Iowa should win by 30 or 40. I'm gonna try not to bet anything tonight, but Iowa's probably the one bet. Iowa and Florida are the two bets I really like. You also got Wisconsin at 16.5. Love that number. The more I look at some of these games, you can't do it. Sorry, I thought California. Oh yeah, California minus 15.5. Uh, all of these teams are at home too, which makes me like it even more. You know, like this, the four bets I would bet. I'm probably gonna bet them. I'm talking myself into them live on that, which is bad. I need to just get the hell up on out of here. But let's go Florida minus 20 in the hook. Let's go Iowa minus 24 in the hook. Give me Wisconsin minus 16.5. Give me California. I'm high on California this year. 15.5 there. I'm gonna think about these bets for like the next 3 hours. End up with something. End up with one or two of them at least. Two I like the best, Wisconsin, and I like them all actually. I can't pick which one I like the best. I don't know. It's early in the season too, man. You get these big spreads. You don't know if kids are ready, legs are ready. I watched last night. Arkansas almost not covered. They won by 16, but man, it was literally this close. I text JCP last night like, man, that back door a mug, and that hook is a motherfucker. But luckily, they didn't. Arkansas ended up covering that. But and then you see a game like Auburn, 17.5. They went by 50. Just never know what's really gonna happen. I mean, that's why they call it gamble. But yeah, anyway, Iowa minus 24, Florida minus 20, Wisconsin minus 16, and California minus Captain Red Ear, aka this day. All these are at your own risk, and please gamble responsibly. Die.